Okay, guys, if you did not see on Facebook last night, we had an epic event at my house. Oh my goodness. So we had Katie come into town along with Taylor, and we did a leadership dinner for people to qualify to get to spend time with our top corporate executives, along with Brent and Andrea and Kim and Eric Gray. And we had a great turnout. But you have your hands on something when people start messaging you at the restaurant an hour before the party is supposed to start and they're standing in your front yard. Okay. When they started messaging me that there were people in my front yard, I was like, what? I was like, my neighbors are going to start wondering what's going on. Guys, we take off to get to my house. We are here by 6:20. The doors are not supposed to open till 6:30, and people have tried to get into my home without me here. I wasn't upset about it, but it just shows you how excited people are about what we have our hands on. When I pulled up, it was like little ants just standing around in my front yard. It was the craziest thing I have ever seen. We get inside and people start piling in, and we're going, where are we putting more people? Well, we finally open up my back doors. We overflow into the back porch. And I turn around and I looked at Brent and I said, it's just now 6:30. It's 30 minutes before the party starts, and we already cannot turn around in here. And guys, they've kept coming. And once we got started, the energy was so crazy good. Brent was at the back of the room. I was at the front of the room, and we're like coaches making signals back and forth. We could not believe the amount of people that piled in here. But what was so great is nobody got up and left. We did everything in an hour and a half. We had all the speakers, we had testimonies from the fields, our teams, mine and Kim's. We had corporate come up and talk. There were multiple speakers, and everybody was glued to every single word that was shared the entire night. I'm a big watcher. I'm the people watcher. I always look for my negative person in the room with their arms crossed that doesn't want to be there. We didn't even have any of those last night. Even Brent was like, the men in the room were just eating out of our hands because this is a woman's business. Like, we dominate it, like we just do. But at the same time, we are bringing men into what we're doing, and we are changing everything in people's worlds. But I hoped and prayed the whole time before we had this event that it would be a good turnout, that the energy would be good, that we would show up for corporate. If they're going to pour into us, I want to be able to pour back into them. So we challenged our teams to make sure that they got guests here. We challenged our team to make sure they got here. Okay. Things come up. Some of my guests didn't make it, but some of them did. The energy was unreal. And I don't know about you, but if you haven't figured out where we're sitting, where we're positioned, what's coming, you need to wake up. Guys, there were tears shed in this room. Kim Gray is not on my team. I've heard her story a million times, but about 6 months ago, she and I and Eric stood in a hallway and had a conversation. Just a conversation like two human beings. And we hit it off and we're like this. And so to be able to work with somebody cross line and it not be like I'm scared she's going to take my people or competition, to be able to integrate our two teams together. We all hear the saying, the ships rise with the tide, like, or however it's said. We saw that last night. There was so much good, and every team was thanking the other team, everybody on each team, just loving on each other, getting phone numbers, realizing they have stories to connect. And this morning, late last night and this morning, people are texting me and they were like, how many people were in your house? I said, I don't even know. We couldn't even count them all because they weren't all in the house. Some of them were still standing on the front porch through the entire event. Some of them were on the back porch. But when people come in from hours just to see what you're doing, you're doing something right. I know Brent Palmer is on here too, so I would like for him to kind of share his take because y'all know he's the pro here.
No, Summer, it was an amazing event. First of all, you took the leap, right? And was willing to host it. And there were people that they built for the event, like they truly called people and built for the event. And I want to share this. I said this from the front of the room last night as we closed out the event. Summer and Kim, there's multiple six-figure earners from them. Like they make over six figures, right? In this company. Healthy six figures. And I get told all the time as I travel the world that bringing people together is old school. Like I get told all the time that's old school. That's old school network marketing. And I shared it in the front of the room. I said that's called human connection that will never end as long as we live on this earth. People want to get together. So why is Kim Gray make over, multiple six figures? Why is Summer, heavy six-figure income earner? Because they're willing to work to put people in a room and share a presentation that's very simple. Kim Gray has showed the same presentation for years that she showed last night. But she will do that presentation tonight in front of a new group of people. And she will do it on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday. And she just keeps doing it. And it's like so many people are looking for that golden thing that's going to make them successful. And it's really doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, right? And just being willing to bring people together. So I challenge everybody on here. This was great for me last night's event because I watched men be inspired, take action. I watched men that had not been involved in the business lean over to their spouse and give them a hug and say, I'm going to support you and I'm going to lean in and help. I watched people enroll in the business last night because it's not about the X's and O's. It's not about the logic. It's about the energy when people get together and they realize, wow, it's not just me doing this, there's other people. And so I challenge all of us, if you haven't booked an event, small event, it doesn't have to be, 170 people like Summer and Kim had last night in Alabama. It just has to be a few people. If you haven't done that in your community, I challenge you to do it. And we're going to have another amazing event Saturday in Nashville, Tennessee. I challenge you. If that flyer, Sarah will put it up here. If you're like anywhere close to Nashville, Tennessee, don't worry about it. Just get to the event. Get a guest to the event. I promise you the energy will bless you, your guests, and the people. Summer, you and Kim, outstanding job building for the event.